Parramatta.
Thank you, Speaker. When Australians put their trust in the Albanese Labor government, they backed a vision for a stronger, fairer economy, one that delivers for working people, for businesses and communities alike. And in challenging global times, we've delivered on our commitment for responsible economic management, ensuring that prosperity is shared while protecting the integrity of our national finances. Now, Speaker, the Albanese government did not inherit easy economic times. In 2022, this government inherited 4 big economic challenges. First, we inherited high Liberal inflation, running at more than 6%. Second, that Liberal inflation had led to successive interest rate rises, which continued in the subsequent years. Third, the Liberals left us $1 trillion worth of national debt. And fourth, they left a period of 10 years with virtually zero real wages growth. These 4 factors were the legacy of a Liberal government that pursued economic policies that were wrong for Australia. And as the Albanese government came to confront these challenges in 2022, we found that some of them were common around the world. Many nations were dealing with high inflation. Many nations were dealing with rising interest rates. And as different countries around the world battled to bring that inflation down, Australia's performance stands out. Many countries did get their inflation down over the last 2.5 years, but they did so through a recession. Japan had a recession, the United Kingdom had a recession, New Zealand had a recession, Finland had a recession, Germany fell into recession. Australia is one of the few countries in this economic cycle, in fact, in modern economic cycles, that has reduced inflation by so much without falling into recession. It's the soft landing, the challenging Goldilocks outcome that has caused Australia to reduce inflation while maintaining low unemployment. Lower unemployment, indeed, over the term of this government than over the term of any recent government. A remarkable fact in any circumstances, but made more remarkable by the fact that we had to do it at the same time as a steep reduction in inflation. Speaker, we also delivered 2 budget surpluses, the first budget surpluses in 15 years. So this is a record of falling inflation, maintaining employment and fiscal discipline, the hallmarks of good economic management delivered by the Albanese government. Which brings us, Speaker, to the choice that Australians will face at the next election. Australians will face a choice between this Albanese government that has delivered that record versus the opposition, which has been high on criticism but low on real solutions. Australians still face many challenges: housing, cost of living, energy. But Peter Dutton and the Liberals present no solutions to any of these challenges. They have a housing policy that does not build a single home. They have a cost of living policy that does not deliver a single dollar of relief to families. They have an energy policy that does not create a megawatt of power in the next 20 years. This is an opposition that is always there to criticise, but when it comes to delivering solutions to the problems that Australians face, they have no answers. And as Australians head towards the election and reflect on the choices available to them, they will see that there are no solutions to the challenges they face in their daily lives coming from the opposition. And this won't be surprising to Australians, Speaker, because over my lifetime the Liberals have always got the big economic calls wrong. They opposed the floating of the dollar in the 80s. They opposed superannuation in the 90s. They voted against the NBN in the 2000s. They dared the car industry to leave in the 2010s, and they opposed the energy transition in the 2020s. That's 40 years of wrong economic calls which have left our nation poorer. Nearly half a century of economic errors. The truth is, Speaker, that the Liberals always get the big economic calls wrong, and this Albanese Labor government has delivered on lower inflation, strong employment and budget discipline.